All right, hello everyone, and welcome to match number 3 of the Glimmer Gauntlet. This evening we have Liam from the Illumiteers on the Moana playmat using Amber and Steel as his deck colors. And then our other opponent is going to be Rebekah from Lorcana Luminary playing Amber Amethyst. So we're going to have a really fun matchup tonight. And my name is Sugi. I am with TCG Cast, and I am joined by Dan from Hobbies and Happiness. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. You know why I'm doing fantastic is I just get to sit and enjoy this game and cast it with you, Sugi. That's why I'm doing great.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a fantastic match. These are two amazing content creators, and the two deck types are very interesting. So for those who are watching, if you have no idea what's going on, that's okay. We don't either. But we're going to be broadcasting this game where we're playing, at the current time of this recording, we're playing with the first 3 sets of Lorcana. This is a best of 3, so the first player to win 2 games is going to be declared the winner. And we're also playing for charity, and so we make sure that we don't make any mistakes with the charities that each player is representing. You can check out the show notes, who is representing what, and if one of them is one of the charities like you're most interested to support, you can check them out and give them more support. But we definitely want to showcase just how amazing this gauntlet is, and just throw a huge shout out to the Glimmer gang for all their hard work on the back end, all the production, the scheduling, bringing everyone together to do such a really amazing event. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
It 100% is. I've already enjoyed the gauntlet thus far. We've had some amazing games, and I'm looking forward to another amazing game with these awesome people as well. You know what I'm really interested in here with this matchup in particular, Sugi, is both players are running Amethyst. So yeah. I'm willing to venture we're going to see a lot of bouncing shenanigans from both of these players. What do you think?
I feel like we're going to see an interesting pair of just showcasing because, like you said, Amethyst is really good for bouncing. Amethyst is really good for drawing. It depends on which skeletal system they shoved into the deck. But then the auxiliary color, so for Rebekah, she's going to be using Amber, which is really good for healing, really good for small bodies low to the ground. There's a lot of coordination and synergy within Amber. And then Liam is using Steel. So Steel can be either very aggressive, you can sing songs. There's a lot of different ways to pivot using the Steel archetype to enhance your Amethyst color pie. And I'm really excited to see just how the deck building has gone, how the player expression goes, and how they shimmy out of difficult situations, because both of these decks can get really aggressive real fast. And there's a lot of potential, and I mean, it's so exciting to watch content creators go at it and just see like who can come out on top.
Absolutely. And for those of you who don't know, this tournament has a deck building restriction. So players involved in the tournament are only allowed to use common, uncommon, and rare cards in their decks. They are not allowed to use super rares or legendaries in their builds. So it's going to be it's going to be an interesting showcase of the lower rarity cards. And so again, like I mentioned, with Amethyst in particular, you're not missing out on many cards, specifically with the bounce archetype, because all of those cards, specifically like Madame Mim Fox, she's a rare. She is legal in this style of format. So I'm really interested to see what decks we're going to see from these players today.
Yeah, with a restriction like that, you're not going to have the reliance on, say, like Steel Song with Ariel being able to dig. You're not going to see like Big Tink. There's a lot of interesting combo pieces that are removed, and it forces the players as deck builders to become extremely creative in how do they solve this problem of, okay, in like standard competitive tournaments, I'm used to on turn 5 I do this, on turn 6 I do that. Right. Now they have to go back to the lab and go, okay, what is my on-curve play? Right. What do I replace this high-end rarity card with
exactly
out of rare or lower? Right. And it's always fun to watch how people interpret that.
Absolutely. You know, one thing I say a lot in many things in life, but particularly even card games, you show me 5 different deck builders, even giving them the same restrictions, you're going to see 5 different decks a lot of the time. So I'm really interested to see what we're going to come out with today. So are you ready to get going, Sugi?
I'm ready to get going. I'm very excited to see what was like. There's just so many potentials here, especially not having those high rarity cards. So like, what are they gonna do? And it's not very common.
Right.
Not many people are talking about it or streaming it. So this is pretty new to the field.
Right.
So it's very exciting.
Right. So all right. Well, I mean, without any further ado, I mean, let's just get right into it. You're
Let her
let it rip. All right, here we go, man.
All right, so we've already determined, because we have psychic powers, Liam is going first, so they've already gone through the shuffling of the deck, the mulligan, the whole shebang. So there's ink number 1 and a pass.
Pass on turn 1. All right, I understand.
It's okay. When you're not running high rarity, it's all right.
And nobody's running Sapphire, so we don't see a turn 1 popsicle.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a
Darn it! I love popsicles.
I love popsicles.
What's your favorite
too.
popsicle flavor?
All right, you know what? At least both players pass on turn 1. Because if I'm going first and I pass, it's always feels bad if my opponent has a turn 1 play. But fortunately for Liam, Rebekah did not.
Wow. What are we doing here? Oh, a Mr. Smee. Okay. All right, so let's talk about this. We inked a Friends on the other side, which allows you to draw cards. So I'm going to assume there's another Friends on the other side of that hand. I think I saw one.
I would assume so as well.
Pretty sure.
Because especially if you're going into turn 3 without having access to it now, because now it's an inkwell. You see Rebekah tapping 2. I mean, exerting 2 cards. Excuse me.
It's okay. I play Magic. Oh, Simba. Okay.
Not exerted in his bodyguard stance. He's not a he's not a protector right now.
From himself. Yes. He's his own worst enemy. All right. So is Liam going to throw down?
Because he just inked a Captain Hook with a Mr. Smee on board. So are we going to see another Captain Hook? Or another captain?
He's thinking about it. There's interest. There must be a very interesting turn play here. Okay. So we quest for 2.
He's exerted.
All right, for people who are new to Lorcana, you're trying to quest to hit 20 lore before your opponent.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Here we go. So we're at 2 lore. Why don't you explain this bounce package with Madam Mim for people who are just learning about this amazing combo?
Sure. Yeah. So in set 2, Rise of the Floodborn, the designers introduced this bounce mechanic. Okay, and most of the cards we saw were from Madam Mim. Madam Mim from the Sword in the Stone, one of my favorite Disney films from when I was a child. And each of these Madam Mim cards basically has stapled on it. They're powerful cards in and of itself, but they have a quote-unquote drawback, where when you play them, you have to either banish the card or return another card to your hand. And so most players have been able to exploit it to return all these other cards to their hands. And now we see a Bare Necessities from Rebekah, a new card from set number 3.
We get to see it.
And look, there's the Friends. You called it, Sugi.
Oh, that hurts.
That hurts, man.
Oh, Liam, what have you done?
What have you done?
Mr. Krabs, are you feeling it now? Well, we thought we were going to see some draw power, but not today.
Nope. Ouch. And now Rebekah has a lot of information.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a couple things from this takeaway. First of all, Rebekah now knows exactly what's in Liam's hand minus what he draws in the future. Secondly, she just stumped him on card draw. If she plays a Friends on... Okay, Madam Fox mirror.
We see 2 Madam Mim Foxes.
Yeah.
There it is.
Shocking. So the big thing is oh. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't have time to make commentary because it doesn't matter. He's gonna sing the Friends on the other side
that he just drew.
Free. Wow, you lucky individual. That's so. If he hadn't have drawn the second Friends on the other side, and Rebekah's probably very upset because she knows what he had. The card advantage and card tempo would have severely slowed down for Liam, but now he's going to be able to do all kinds of dumb things, and it's just about to get gross.
And so I just talked about the Madam Mim package, right, with the whole bouncing. Now, also introduced in set 2 was on the one side you had the Madam Mim package, but on the other side you have the Merlin package. And the Merlin cards, all of them, care about when they enter or leave play. And we see Merlin Rabbit here. And so when Merlin Rabbit enters or leaves play, you get to draw a card. And so what a lot of players have done, and you see these cards pop up in a lot of meta decks, is they'll play the rabbit, draw a card, bounce the rabbit with a Madam Mim card to draw another card. There's just a lot of shenanigans you can do. And again, like I mentioned earlier, those are the highest rarity of those cards are all rares. And it's like
Here we go.
yeah, Rebekah goes, Liam, I see what you're doing, and I will just do the exact same thing.
So what's interesting is, I guess they're going to trade. Yeah, they're trading Mim for Mim. So Rebekah crashed her Mim into Liam's Mim, so that way there's no more board advantage. They're both sitting on a rabbit by themselves.
Right.
So Liam got really lucky hitting that Friends on the Other Side, because he's definitely got more card advantage. He's digging through his deck faster. And in game terms, being able to see more cards through digging, through drawing, it gives you access to more options, hopefully, than your opponent, which means you have a higher percentage of chance to win the game because you're seeing more things to stop your opponent's strategy or accelerate your own strategy. So right now,
speaking
Rebekah,
of card advantage, of card advantage, we see the Blue Fairy. I love that card. The Blue Fairy, such a great card.
What does she do? It hurts my soul.
So the Blue Fairy is great. I mean, she's a 1/1/1, so 1 strength, 1 willpower, 1 lore for 2 ink. She's inkable. She's evasive, so difficult to take care of unless you have an evasive creature yourself. But whenever you play a Floodborn character, draw a card. So when you stack your deck with
and the Jafar is a setup.
Jafar typically is a setup because there's another Jafar, Floodborn. I believe that Jafar is a 4 cost with shift 2, and his stat line is 3/4/1, but he's another card draw machine because he has, when he challenges and banishes another character during your turn, you get to draw a card. So if you're
and we know he's got the shift because we saw it.
Right. So that's a great setup because then you're just going to be able to draw 2 cards, and then I mean right now Liam is just ahead so much just on card advantage. Just on card advantage alone. He's got to be feeling really good. But, well, I say that, and now we see Madam Mim come down, so Rebekah is now able to draw a card, and now she has the rabbit in hand to be able to play it potentially next turn to draw another card.
So the only problem here... Oh, Pluto, that's going to help.
Pluto's going to help.
So the only problem we have here is if you're looking at Liam, he's got a considerably stronger board state. He's got 3 bodies. He's about to shift and draw multiple cards. On top of that, he's got... I feel like Liam built this draw engine style deck where he's just going to dig like a 7 Dwarves Minor. Like he's going to go for the gold, literally, because he's establishing a bigger hand size, bigger board size. He's probably going to shift up here, draw some cards, maybe crash the Jafar, keep Rebekah's board state pretty low.
And there it is again.
Ooh, snake.
There it is again. We're just seeing the power of the Madam Mim Merlin package in both these decks. But you got to feel for Rebekah here a little bit, just because Liam has just been able to get out to such a strong start.
Because he top decked that extra friends.
And to be honest,
if he hadn't had that.
And yes, Liam did go first, but to be honest with you, I don't think that means anything in this matchup thus far. Liam has just been able to top deck and draw what he needs to be able to be up on in card advantage and board advantage.
Yeah, if you ever listen to a competitive player, usually people who've been around for a long time will openly admit there is a skill to playing a game. There's a lot of work that goes in, but usually the people who win have to be a little lucky. There's just a little bit of things like you can't control, and sometimes you need just the luck of the draw, and we're literally watching Liam
really are.
just to hit the nuts. It's like,
really
oh my
are.
God.
Variance is
Come on, Rebekah.
Variance is 100% a thing, and knowing what your potential draws are definitely means something, but it does. I don't think it's meant anything in this matchup thus far. It's just Liam's just been able to draw the nuts, like you said.
Yeah. Now I'm really interested to watch how Rebekah. So we talked about this earlier. Oh, okay. All right.
Now here's.
So I want to see Rebekah how she plays out of this puzzle, because Liam is presenting a challenge, but that doesn't mean the game's over. That's just how the game works. So what does Pluto do here?
So I'm curious. I'm curious to what happened here, right? Because we saw Rebekah exert the Pluto. She must not have had the ink, because she exerted the Pluto in order
to discount it.
So she wasn't able to quest with the Determined Defender for 2 lore. So, and that's got to hurt a little bit. That's got to hurt just a little bit. I mean, right now...
But she's got a big body on the field.
Right. And that heals at the beginning of her turn for 3. I mean, Pluto Determined Defender is a 3/8. Right now, Liam has 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 strength on board, but that would if Liam challenged into the Pluto, that would be a 4-for-1 for Rebekah. I would feel fantastic.
Yeah, no. Liam's been around the block with card games. He's not going to do that.
Right.
You do not trade your entire board state for one body, especially right now at a 5-2 lore lead. No.
Yep.
No, if Liam is smart, which he is, you press the advantage.
Yep.
You just continue building a board state. You continue questing, and you put Rebekah in the tough decision of, do I challenge or do I quest?
Right.
Because you want to keep that pace up. Giving up the ghost is not a wise decision.
Right. I mean, I feel like if I'm Liam here, I almost feel like I just quest with everything, and then just continue to develop my board state. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
All right,
so here comes
Smash.
Yeah.
And Smash is going to go interesting on the Pluto.
Oh. Uh-oh. We might have spoke too soon.
Okay.
Maybe there's got to be a shift here.
Yeah, there's got to be. I'm wondering if we're going to see another blue fairy. So continuing to develop
Is he gonna
the
draw
board.
3 cards here?
Yes. So here. All right, here comes that Jafar Dreadnought we were just talking about.
Okay.
Drawing 2 cards off of the blue fairy. I love to see it.
His hand is so full.
Love to see it. I mean, he's only got 3 cards, but still, now he's just able to refuel and refill just off of playing 1 card. So you play 1 card now, now he's up. Now you're up. All right, so we see him challenging into the Pluto.
Okay, he's crashing in.
Yeah,
he's taking the Pluto out.
Okay.
Oh man,
what
you got to hate on dogs, Liam? Come on.
So,
oh my God, he drew another one.
so we just talked about we just talked about him potentially challenging into that Pluto, and we're like, don't do that because you maintain your advantage. But with that Smash, and then shifting into that Jafar Dreadnought, that was a heads up play. I really like that play from Liam. What do you think?
Well, Liam did exactly what we've been talking about. He's kept his board state strong. He's punished Rebekah, so she's got very minimal bodies on the board. He's up 7 lore to her 2 lore. So this is a lot of pressure on Rebekah. She needs to find an answer. Now, there is some significant damage on Jafar, so maybe she can pull out something that can start beating him up. The other thing is Amethyst is never really out of the game because you can just swarm with a bunch of little bodies. She could also be running Stitch, potentially.
Yeah.
And we could see a bunch of weenies hit. Like if Liam was over 10 lore, I'd say this is very difficult. But he's just in range where Rebekah could have an explosive turn right now, and we could see something shift pretty quick.
All right, so we're seeing an Exert 2 for a Pride Lands.
Ooh.
All right, so they're interesting. There is that quote unquote infinite combo. We don't have a prince. We don't have a prince on board yet. Don't have a prince on board yet.
Are we good? Oh no.
We see Crabs. Interesting.
Okay.
Because right now, Madam Mim is a 3/5. Madam Mim.
Yeah, what does Pride Lands do for those who don't know?
So Pride Lands is an unequal 2-cost, I believe it's a 2-costed location. But the stats don't matter. The thing that matters is characters that are there get +2 willpower. So normally I think Madam Mim I think would have been defeated banished in that challenge normally. But because she is at the Pride Lands, she still has 2 willpower remaining on her. That was a good play. I like that. This is exactly the type of thing that I was talking about, of interesting what we're going to see from these decks.
So yeah, we've got some interesting play and counterplay. Now, Rebekah needs to pick up the gas and start questing, because if Liam does what I think he's going to do, he's going to start pushing his lead and push up into probably 9 or 10 lore. And being at 50% win versus 10%, just continue drawing cards, continue putting pressure, because there's a threshold. Oh,
and then there's Mr. Smee.
Oh yeah, he's flooding the board with weenies, which is smart.
Yep.
Okay. So basically, what Liam is doing is he's got the 2 blue fairies and the Jafar, so he's setting up a big play. He didn't quest because next turn he can just like go sideways and get up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He can go up to 14 lore. Well, I guess he's questing here. So like he doesn't really have to do any pressure.
Trading with the Madam Mim.
He's crashing.
He's trading with the Madam Mim, which isn't bad. I'll be surprised if he doesn't quest with the blue fairies because they have evasive, which it looks like he is questing with both of them to go to 9.
So we go to 9. Rebekah does not have any evasive removal or evasive counter. We haven't
seen any characters from her side of the board with evasive yet. I don't think Amber doesn't have access to very many characters with evasive that I'm aware of. The only ones are going to be available in Amethyst. And
so what can Rebekah do here to help kind of like reestablish like just a fair positioning, because Liam is definitely taking the lead right now.
Man, that's tough. I mean, she has access to 3, 4, 5. She's got access to 7 ink right now. I mean, if I'm her, again, I don't know what's in her deck, right? But I mean,
we got to stabilize here
because right now she can't even challenge into anything. I mean, that's nice. The Queen's Castle's a nice play. The problem is, so she's got 2 locations in play right now. It's almost as if it's too little, too late, unfortunately. Because she can't challenge in those blue fairies, and that's such a feels bad because those blue fairies are only 1/1s. It's a 1/1/1. It's like I can so take care of you, but you're evasive. No,
Pascal, where are you?
Yeah, there you go, Pascal. Yeah.
You could drop a couple Pascals to help out, but I mean, basically at this point, it's Liam's game to lose. We've got an established board. We're about to see a shift, so we're going to see 2 more cards.
Draw 2.
Liam is basically net neutraling, where he puts a card down into his inkwell, then he plays a card, then he just draws 2. So it's like nothing changed in his card advantage.
And you might as well just take care of the crab to draw
another card. So now he's up
because
a card.
now it's an empty board for your opponent, and he can quest now for 5, right? Yeah, quest for 5.
Freely.
Okay, Mr. Smee, go ahead. You can take a damage. I don't care.
Nobody
cares. He's so far ahead now, and I think that's the nail in the coffin. I think that kind of does it.
That kind of hurts. Yeah,
even if he doesn't move any characters there, it's fine. It's just gaining him 2 lore next turn.
Yeah, it's a passive lore battery.
Yep. And while
and look at his hand compared to Rebekah's. I think he's got 5 or 6 cards.
But I'll tell you, man, that's the power of Blue Fairy. That is the power of the Blue Fairy. It's
Blue Fairy is very
Blue
good.
Fairy is such a great card. I have loved playing Blue Fairy in pretty much any deck that I'm running with Amethyst. Sure, I'll throw Blue Fairy in there and I'll throw some Floodborns in to build around it. It's great. So
I actually think that's the game because Liam has 14, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Yeah. He's got 22 on the board.
Yep. So
unless there's some magical card we've never ever seen before at a common or
hey, speaking of that, speaking of that, Sugi, we were thinking, right? When this goes live, we just saw the Lorecast a day or so ago. We were talking about potential cards, right? And we were talking about board wipes. Okay. One thing that I'm thinking, right, the Circle of Life, that could be a great card that maybe is a board wipe for Amber that says return all characters, remove them from the game instead of banish.
Oh my gosh.
I'm calling it now.
All right. I think Rebekah is calling it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So Liam is going to take game 1. I feel like if you did Circle of Life, you could banish. The other thing is you could do just bounce everything to hand because we generally see that in card games. If it's not a hard removal, like be prepared, it's everything goes back to your hand.
Which we see that on Milo Thatch. But I was just saying that could be a new mechanic that we see of
Yeah.
of removing them from the game. But that's game 1.
Banishing would be brutal.
That would be brutal.
Yeah, that is a good game 1. Congratulations to Liam. This is going to be interesting.
Yep.
Liam has an aggressive deck.
Yep. So, all right. Well, that's game 1, ladies and gentlemen, and players are going to shuffle up, and then we will be right back for game number 2.
All right, everybody, welcome back to game number 2, brought to you by the Disney World Mickey Pretzel. For only $8, you too can enjoy a taste of Mickey Mouse.
I thought it was the Dole Whip. I thought we were presented by the Dole Whip.
Okay. Oh, okay. sorry, Dole Whips. All right, we're going to redo that. This episode brought to you by the Dole Whip. Creamy, refreshing smoothness in your mouth on a hot summer day of 120 degrees. You too can enjoy the refreshing taste of pineapple.
Melting in your mouth.
Melts in your mouth and in your hand.
Speaking of pineapple, that's the same color as Pluto that Rebekah just played. I can
so
segue.
We see the turn 1. Yeah, that's a great play. So unlike game 1, where nobody did anything turn 1, Rebekah not only has a turn 1 play, but she has a discounter where you can just get some serious advantage. And I think we're about to see something spicy here.
I really hope she plays a 3-drop. I mean, that's not bad either.
Ooh, that's not bad
either.
Okay, that's actually kind of spicy.
That's kind of spicy, yeah. Pride.
All right, what's Liam got to say about
Pride
this?
lands on turn 2, pretty
Wow.
good. Even if she doesn't have a prince, and so okay, we didn't mention this in game 1, but the other thing the Pride lands does is if you have a prince, I believe it's a prince, and there's 2 other classifications I think that trigger it. But if you have a prince character there, all of your other characters that you play are discounted by 1.
Yeah.
So that's a great turn 2 play. But we again see Mr. Smee, the bumbling mate from Liam. That sounded like Porky Pig a little bit.
Dole Whip.
There we go. I like it.
Well, so now we could potentially see a 4-drop. So you can exert Pluto to discount one of your characters by 1. So at any point in time, Rebekah can just accelerate her board state way faster than Liam can at this point. And I'm really hoping to see some really spicy play here.
All right.
We're
tapping for
there goes
1,
Pluto.
2. Okay, Cusco.
Oh, Cusco
moving, and Cusco's a prince. I believe Cusco's a prince, or I can't remember what the classifications are. I'd have to look at the card. But regardless, it triggers Pride lands. Okay, so that's an interesting play, right? Because right now, I think Liam is kind of if I was Liam, I would probably I don't know. Liam has an interesting decision here. Do you take out the Pluto, or do you quest with Mr. Smee for 2?
So I also see he's got Baby Maleficent and Friends on the other side. So we're probably going to see, he's going to dig. He's going to keep digging for answers. Yep. He's probably going to let Rebekah take a little bit of a lead here so he can establish that similar board state. However, if you give this deck that Rebekah's running any kind of leeway,
right, so there it is.
She might go crazy. Oh, okay.
It is a challenge.
So take down the Pluto.
Right. And now at the end of the turn, Mr. Smee still does take the 1 damage. So honestly, I feel like this is what I was talking about, right? I think if I was Rebekah, I think I'm okay with that because she still has the Pride lands, and with Cusco there, she still gets a discount, and now it's on every single card that she plays potentially. So I'm very much okay with that if I'm Rebekah.
Yeah, I'm curious. So if I had to guess what Liam's going to do, he's going to sing Friends on the Other Side. So he's not questing with Baby Mal. He might quest with Smee, maybe, but Rebekah's already up in lore. Now I know 3-0 is not that much, but she's got the capacity here to push it up to 4, and then on the next turn 5, because Liam's not attacking into that Pride lands. So, she's gonna snipe him again.
All right, so we see the bare necessities.
Get him! Let's go.
Man, Liam has 3 songs in him. Look at this. He's got Friends.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Wow. Rebekah has the pick. Wow.
What does she take?
What?
I think she takes Friends.
I think at this stage of the game, I think you take Friends.
Turn off that draw.
Just turn it off, because right now you don't want to give him that advantage. You do not want to
Right.
give him that card advantage.
Plus, there's so many uninkables in his hand. You got to keep him low on options here.
Yep. Because that means
Now I could see sword. Yeah, grab your swords. I can also see that one.
I see. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would have done that. I think
I would have taken.
I would have taken friends as well. I would have taken friends as well because again, you're still 2 turns away from grab your swords, right? And at this point, with Rebekah only having Cusco on board, I mean, look, you're drawn off of Cusco anyway. Now, wait, no, because Cusco is when he's banished. It doesn't have to be in a challenge.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nani. Okay, now that makes more.
Wow.
I think that makes more
sense
why we saw her take the grab your swords.
So my speculation was she's probably got a lot of small bodies that grab your swords would just completely eviscerate.
Yeah.
So although you don't want Liam to have card draw, he doesn't have like direct.
That's
removal.
the thing, but now it just feels so bad because now he just played friends for free. Just sang the friends, and now is up 2 cards.
It's tricky, but the thing is, like, Rebekah needs to take a W, and if there's a card that slows you down from winning versus like she's taking the gamble of Liam will draw nothing helpful and she will be able to obtain a superior board state. So in the long term, I think she made the right play. In the short term, obviously, like disallowing someone to have draw power is very
right. And
nasty.
I think the way Rebekah wins this game is I think she is the beatdown. For those of you who don't know, there was a fantastic article years ago by the great Michael Flores from Magic the Gathering, and basically the title of the article is "Who's the Beatdown?" If you haven't read it, just go search for it, Google it, and it's a great article. But basically, if you're playing a TCG, like you need to determine: am I the one? Do I need to race? Do I need to be the one who's in the driver's seat? Do I need to be the one who's controlling this game? And I think that's what Rebekah needs to do. She needs to win the next few turns. I think even though both of these decks are running Amethyst, they have access to a lot of that draw. I think Rebekah's strength with Amber is going to be she wins it quicker than Liam would.
Yeah. Yes, I completely agree. And she's clearly got the board advantage now. She's up in lore. She's got the bigger bodies. Liam has more cards, but his stuff is a little bit squishier. And I feel like Rebekah's just about to keep building bigger and bigger and bigger, and Liam's not going to be able to catch up.
And because the big thing here with this board state in particular is the Cusco at the Pride Lands. That's actually huge for Rebekah right now.
That's huge. That's going to win her.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of times when you're running, especially in the meta, the current competitive meta, a lot of decks running Amethyst do run Cusco, and the reason they're running him is for the draw, right? Is I'll crash him into something, take him down by 1, and then draw a card. I don't think Rebekah wants to do that. Now it's interesting here to see her do that, to challenge and not just quest.
She's doing exactly what she needs to do. Keep Liam's board
his
state
board
small.
state down.
Continue playing. Oh, she's gonna bounce. I bet you she's gonna. Yeah. There goes the Cusco. I like this play. I really do, because now you're able to do. Wait.
So
how did she challenge?
So yeah, with the Mim, she challenged the Smee with the Mim and replayed the Cusco.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And so right now, I mean,
her board state is so good.
If I'm Rebekah, I'm feeling pretty good about that board. I'm feeling pretty good about that board.
Yeah, that's
go ahead and draw.
Go ahead and
draw
nice.
Your card. Now we do know Liam has a Long Came Zeus in hand. He can sing it. He can sing it with Merlin. But
then he's not questing.
Yeah, Merlin's not questing. But at this point, again, the way Liam wins this game is he needs to take this game next turns. He's gonna win this game in the long run, I think, and that's what he's looking to do. And the way he does that is clean up Rebekah's board state. And so he does have access to Mim Rabbit. I don't see it in his hand yet. So. I mean, Rebekah, I'm not sure how many cards Rebekah has in hand. That's going to be That's going to be a
I
concern.
feel like she's got like 3 or 4 at least.
But once it gets to Rebekah, she just needs to quest, continue to fill up that board. Make Liam be the reactive player.
Yeah,
that's definitely what she
Yeah.
needs to do now. And that's
She's
how it's
up at
been playing
5,
out so
so
far.
she's-
This game.
Yeah, she's at 25% towards winning. Liam is reestablishing his board and drawing cards, but at this point, she's still got the better board state.
Yeah. That
The question is, what is the quality of card in her hand?
So, all right. So the turn's going back to Rebekah. If I'm Rebekah right now, I think I just quest with everything. I think that's what she needs to do. She's sitting on 4 ink, but she just needs to end the game. That's what she needs to do as quickly as she can, or else it's just gonna.
She's got to start pushing.
Yeah.
Gas pedal on.
Then that'll help. The goat.
Yeah, that does
the
help.
goat's gonna help for sure.
Quest for another 3.
Yep, questing for 3.
Yeah, she's getting real close to that difficulty line of I don't know if I can catch up.
So
Because Liam can only really quest for 2, and he's probably not going to quest.
No.
He's probably going to sing a
yeah,
song.
he's
here.
either gonna sing her song
or challenge.
or challenge and start to try to clean up Rebekah's board here. And if he does that, again, drawing off of the Cusco, but again, she's still got the goat on board. And again, if I'm Rebekah, just quest with the goat. Just quest with the goat. Make Liam, make him respect your board state. And that's what goat does. That's exactly what the goat does.
Yeah. Make him respect the board state. Make him find answers, and you just push along to that W.
Yep.
Now, I noticed she's not inking, so I'm curious if there's just nothing she wants to ink,
Yeah.
or there's maybe some uninkables in her
Well,
hand.
it looks like she only has one card in
displaying her
hand.
cards.
It looks like she only has one card.
Well, then there's no need to ink if you could just play it.
Yeah.
And this is where Liam's deck has
Yeah,
the advantage.
exactly.
He's able to just draw,
Yep.
and continuously find new answers, where Rebekah is not able to do such a
Right.
thing because her deck doesn't have that kind of draw
Right.
power. But it's still, like I said earlier, the quality of the cards is what's going to win Rebekah this
that
game.
feels bad.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
I think that's the correct play. Taking out the goat. You don't want that
Yep.
goat to get out of hand, because that goat will eat your grass. That goat will just bah like it's nothing.
Oh, he 2-for-1 into Nani? Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Liam risking the biscuit.
Well, but
wow.
again, look at how many cards he has in hand. Like
it's true. He could.
That's
he
the
can
thing.
get back-
He's just
yeah,
drawing
he can-
cards.
he
He's
can- he
like,
can do that.
hey, how are you gonna draw cards? And that's why he didn't
All right.
touch. Well, again, he couldn't touch the Cusco, but yes, Rebekah only has 2 cards in hand. Rebekah, and again, that's the problem.
Liam's,
That's one of the problems
Liam's betting
with
here,
Amber.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rebekah is still up 10-0. So she is.
Yeah, that's a
a
lot.
lot.
That's a tall mountain to
100%,
to come back from.
100%.
Oh,
Interesting.
Uh-oh. I don't think she has a body to play. That's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
That's probably better information for Liam than it is for Rebekah.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, that's gonna slow down Liam from the lore perspective. Ooh, but we do see Liam have a captain in hand. So him able to play that
another
out
Smee.
next turn is just going to stop Mr. Smee from taking damage turn after turn. Because honestly, right now,
Rebekah doesn't have anything
she
to
doesn't
play.
have anything to play. Oh, that feels bad.
Uh-oh.
That's rough.
Uh-oh. Yeah, if Liam can stabilize right here with a bunch of bodies, he should be able to catch up.
And again, we saw that captain in hand. We saw that captain hook. Honestly, I feel like if I'm Liam, just put down the captain hook, quest with the Smee. You're just going to start being able to catch up real quick.
Yeah.
But, and that's something. Like, we see him inking. If you're inking a goat, I mean, you've got a lot of stuff in it. And there it is. So we see him play that captain hook.
And I think you were right early game when he destroyed the Pride lands. The double Smee combo is going to be gross.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, getting rid of Pride lands and taking out Nani, I think, was the right play. Just because now the tides have unfortunately turned and Rebekah's board state is totally empty. And
and there And there's no reason for Liam to challenge into that Cusco because
and Liam can quest for 5 each turn now.
The interesting thing now is I just talked about Rebekah being in the driver's seat, right? And forcing Liam to react to her board state. And now the tables have literally turned. And now it's Liam forcing Rebekah to react to his board. And that's 100% what she has to do.
Well, we're on a 4-turn clock because if Rebekah does nothing and Liam does nothing, all he has to do is quest for 5 pass. And if you do that 4 times, game's over. Yep. So Rebekah has to do something now.
And I believe
to diminish that
clock. But here's the thing. With Captain Hook. Oh, okay. Baloo's interesting. Okay. But the interesting thing, too, is that Captain Hook, I believe Rebekah cannot challenge with Cusco.
Correct. Yeah.
Because of that Captain Hook.
So the Smees are safe. Yeah.
But again, if I'm Liam, okay, I'm just like it's a 4-turn clock. Oh no!
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's
rough.
Well, I don't know if he cares because so Rebekah can get to 14 next turn. Liam can get to 7. Well, yeah, you probably want to clear out some stuff right now. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't know.
Just keep drawing. Just keep questing.
Because right now,
she can't explode out.
No, she can't. She can't explode. She only has access to 4 ink.
Yeah, that feels kind of awkward because Liam is on curve, and I really wish I knew what was in her hand. Like it's like there's one card. It's like, what is it? What could it be?
Yeah, like if I'm thinking like if it was that Pluto Determined Defender, I feel like you're almost good better just throwing that into your inkwell, but it's rough.
Yeah.
All right, so interesting. Well, again, Baloo's not hitting the Smee back.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, clear that board.
I was just gonna say I don't think that's the wrong call here. Is just
clear the
board,
out her set board. Up the Smees. Yeah.
And we see
friends on the other side.
Oh goodness. Oh man.
Oh my gosh! Just drawing. I mean, this is the power of card draw, everybody.
But the other thing though too is this is the power of card draw into removal, and that's what you get with Amethyst and Steel. Amethyst.
All right, come on, Rebekah. You got this, girl. I believe in you.
I mean, she only needs 6 more.
She needs. Yeah, she just
go.
Needs 6.
I mean, go.
Goat can do it. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can easily get some
there's
quick
ways
lore.
that you can do this.
And Liam's still at 4. Liam is not close at all. It is not over.
I mean,
if Liam got lucky with the right draw, Rebekah could get lucky with the right draw. We could see something real spicy.
Yep. All right, so inking the crab. Okay.
Okay.
All right, exerting all of her ink. Okay.
Oh, Nani. Right. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's not bad. So we're probably going to see Liam quest for 6.
A ton.
6
yeah.
Here. Oh man.
Casual
6.
Oh man, but if he quests here, he goes to 10. Yep. Rebekah quests and goes to 16. He quests and goes to 16. She quests and goes to 18. No, but if she puts down something with 2 lore, she could beat him out unless there's
2
removal.
goats. Let's see 2 goats.
Yeah, two goats could do it.
Like Rebekah is not out of this. She is not out of this at all.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like, this is exciting. She got so far enough ahead that even right now where there's a lot of pressure,
absolutely,
she's still got what it takes to get there. Okay, so Blue Fairy. Right. And Liam has to know that he's not out of the woods yet. Like, he's got to set up something spicy.
I mean, he does have... Okay, so that playing that Jafar now puts him at 8 lore on board.
So he's 2 turns out.
Yep, he is 2 turns out, and we see what he has in his hand.
She's...
But again, Nani with that 6 willpower is, I mean, that's threatening right now. That really is threatening.
Yep.
Come on, Rebekah, I want to see that goat. Let's see that goat. We know it's there.
Give us the goat.
We know you've got it in the deck.
Let's go.
Let's go, Rebekah.
Come
All right,
on,
she's
here we
counting
go.
her ink.
All right.
Oh, it's 4. She's
So
paying
4.
4. Oh, the wrong. Oh no. All right, that's okay. That's
Oh,
okay. Draw a card.
rabbit. So she quests and goes to 16
Yep, quest goes
here.
to 16.
If I'm Liam, you got to crash
That's
into
the
Nani.
exact.
You
Yeah,
got to stop her.
like you cannot let her get within striking distance. Because again,
Yeah, because she plays
she
a goat.
plays a
you
goat.
lose.
Like you can just lose. You can lose on the spot.
Yeah, you go to the back of the line. No fast pass. No lightning lane. Sorry, kids. You got to wait a whole nother time. You got to do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Oh, friends. Okay.
Well, again, she's not
Thinking.
singing right now.
Pride Lands.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay, so she goes to 16,
going to 17.
and then Pride
Okay.
Lands pushes her 70. Okay, she's one turn
one.
away.
She can get there.
All right. Liam has to crash into Nani. There's no option here. They're just he has no choice.
Yep.
If he doesn't do it, he loses.
I mean, but
or Pride Lands, I guess you could
Right.
crash into Pride Lands and give yourself an extra turn.
right. But here's the thing.
What does he draw?
Here's the other thing though
Oh.
too is he's got access to 7 ink. We know he's sitting on
Yep.
Grab Your Sword, so he's most likely going to play Grab Your Swords. But then he still has to use 2 characters to challenge into the Nani. So if he does that,
This is so spicy.
that means he's only questing most likely for 6.
yeah.
But again,
He's doing the math.
she's still going. Rebekah's still going to 17 next turn. Then could potentially go to 18 with the.
Yeah, if Pride Land stays alive. Oh, okay. He's going for Nani. So I feel like we're gonna see a shift. Does he
Oh,
have
that's the thing, because with Captain Hook, he has also Challenger 3, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so we're probably gonna see him pay the 5 for Grab Your Sword,
Okay.
and there it is.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nani.
No, you got to push your middle finger on your glasses. Yeah, there you go. No,
All right.
got to have the anime, and then the little shink sound effect where the light bounces off your glasses. Okay, so Rebekah cannot win on the next turn. Maximum distance is going to be 18 lore. So Liam has bought himself a turn.
And now the question is
Let's
he just going
see.
to quest or challenge into the Pride Lands?
I think you try and do a little both.
That's the question.
Like swing the mim, drop the rabbit. I mean, you could probably get rid of both.
Yeah.
Or is he? I guess he's questing out. No,
Nope, he's challenging. All right, so there
maybe?
goes the Pride Lands.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so
okay.
he did both. I mean, I think that was the correct
Okay,
line.
so Rebekah's that was the correct
Yep,
play. Yeah, Rebekah's on the clock now
Rebekah's on the clock.
because Liam can win next
Yep.
turn.
Yep, that definitely was a
So-
correct play from Liam.
All she has to do is play "Be Prepared" out of color without 7 ink. No big deal.
All right, so she has one. She's drawing 1 card. Well,
I
no,
think
she can
she's
draw
top
2.
decking here.
No, because again, you have to quest with the. I mean, she's 4 lore away.
Yeah.
But this is just game.
Oh, so
This
close.
is game for
Yeah.
Liam. And I think
I think they're doing the math right now,
believe
trying
so.
to determine who would
because
win.
right now on board, Liam has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 9 lore on board, is what it looks like.
Oof.
So even if you, and to be honest with you, there's the mim. So she was able to draw and quest, which
But
is always
it's-
nice.
It's a little
But,
too
yeah,
late.
it's a
Though.
little
It's
too
like
late.
1 turn. Let's see. We
'Cause
could see some.
she needs to get him down to 5.
Yeah.
It feels bad, right? Because that stat line. It's like if you look at that stat line, if Madamin was a 4/4, like you might be able to. I mean, you could still take out the Captain Hook, but Captain Hook is only
Yeah.
questing for 1, so that's not what you want to do. But yeah,
No, that's fair. All right. Well, congratulations to Liam for taking it with just man, one of the gassiest decks I've ever seen, like Taco Bell level gas. Just draw cards. It's just like
I don't know. I don't know
Ooh.
if I want that to be a description of. But I think it was apt though.
One too many churros from the churro stand. Oh man, I will say I really like what Rebekah was going for. There was a lot of like big bodies, like high value. I feel like she was playing in Magic terms. It felt like a zoo deck where it's just like good stuff. Everything that hit the table was just good. Liam just kind of countered with bodies everywhere, just weenies, all the weenies you could ask
and
for.
drawing cards, like
And drawing cards. Minor detail.
That's the thing is, again, we talked about at the start of the cast, right? Of the deck restrictions of only using up to rare. Liam's just like, okay, I'm not giving up much. Like, I don't have to give up much to do that in order to draw a bunch of cards, throw a ton of things out on the board, and still be able to just control the game. And that's what we just saw, the power of Amethyst and Steel in both of those games.
Yeah, it's just incredible how Liam was able to trade and essentially keep his hand size the exact same.
Yeah.
Like, if you noticed Rebekah, her only downside was whenever she would play a card or trade in a challenge, she would always go down a card, and Liam just seemed to keep drawing cards. So Rebekah's hand kept getting smaller and smaller as we played, and Liam's hand like never changed.
Right.
He was always sitting on like at least minimum 4 cards.
Right. Liam did a fantastic job just trading cards. He did a phenomenal job being able to trade those cards because, again, at the end of those exchanges, he was the one who was up in card advantage exchange after exchange. In game 2, Rebekah did a phenomenal job. She had a great start with that Pluto into Pride Lands. She was able to get so much value off of those 2 cards alone, but unfortunately was not able to sustain that value throughout the rest of the game because of, like we just talked about, the exchanges that Liam was able to have basically turn after turn. And I think the turn that kind of swung the entire game towards Liam in game 2 was when he had Smee on board and then was able to play Captain Hook into another Smee. Like, that was just the turn. And I felt for Rebekah there. I felt so much for her, because when I saw them, like, that's kind of it. Because again, you have such a great card in Mr. Smee, Bumbling Mate. And I mean, it was a phenomenal game played by both players.
Yeah. The one thing I want to bring to light before we wrap this up is going back to that Bare Necessities where Rebekah chose to drop the Grab Your Swords versus the Friends on the other side. And then we saw what Liam drew. If she had have gotten rid of the Friends, do you think she would have won? Because I sincerely feel like she was like one turn away from winning, and dropping the Friends would have given her just that little extension she needed. Although the Friends on the other side gives cards and Grab Your Swords just removes bodies.
I think to be quite honest with you, Sugi, I truly think that if she would have chosen the Friends on the other side there, she would have been in a better position to potentially win that game. Because I said when that exchange happened, right, we went into talking about who's the beatdown. Rebekah needed to win. She needed to win sooner than Liam needed to, because Liam, his deck is just built to win in the long run, and that's what happened. And so I think, because I believe you mentioned it at the time, was when she chose that was kind of like the better, I think that was the better long term almost, because with Liam's deck, who's built around getting all of that card advantage, that's what you need to deny. And Bare Necessities, a great card. I love that Rebekah was playing it in her deck, and it felt like every time she played it, she was able to take something of big significance away from Liam. But I think that exchange, I do believe, if she would have chosen Friends on the other side, I think that would have put her in a much better position to win game number 2.
Yeah, I completely agree. Also, Liam is like lucky as all get out.
True.
It was just like,
we talk about variance. We talk about luck. Liam just had it.
The nuts.
He just had it. And that does lead to some feels bad, but again, it's a luck of the draw. It's a variance. It happens in card games. Welcome to Trading Card Games, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to gaming in
Yes, very
general.
true.
Like, variance is a
Yep.
thing. The people who are able to maneuver around variance is
Yep.
what makes games so fascinating, because no one knows everything. But the ability to see a variant, determine what to do, and pilot around that is absolutely incredible and makes games so much fun to watch.
Yep. And to be honest with you, this game was really enjoyable to watch because, again, if you follow, which, by the way, if you guys do not follow the Illumineers and Rebekah, Lorcana Illuminary on the social platforms, do so. You are missing out if you're not following them. But it's interesting because both of these players, I think if you ask them, Liam is much more a competitive player than Rebekah. Rebekah would 100%, I believe, describe herself as a casual player. In this match, it was great seeing them compete. And Rebekah did a phenomenal job. I think she did a great job in this match. But again, she had a tough job coming into this, just from the standpoint of the colors. She's going up against Amethyst Steel, and that's just, if I'm going up against Amethyst Steel, I'm already feeling not great. but she did a great job navigating both of these games. Well, again, well done to both players in this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. I really cannot wait to see these deck lists because, like, there was just so much fun. There was so much anticipation of, like, what's going to happen. I really love the Bare Necessity play out of Rebekah. Yep. Like, as a control player and as just a degenerate person, I love removing options. I love seeing your hand. I love stifling your strategy and just kind of making you uncomfortable with the limited options you have. And she did great. She was constantly putting pressure on. And unfortunately, Liam just drew the nuts, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Also, can confirm Sugi is a degenerate. Rebekah, even though you're playing Bare Necessities, you are not a degenerate. That title is reserved for Sugi, and also my partner in crime, who's not here right now, Jim. You're both degenerates.
Well, I'll stand up for the two of us who are degenerates because there's an S at the end of that term. We, too, put pants on with one leg at a time like everyone else.
All right.
And we eat Dole Whip with a spoon.
Very true. All right, yeah, that's true.
Don't hate us.
Very true.
All right, well, we're going to get on out of here. But, yeah, definitely make sure to follow Liam and Rebekah. They put on amazing shows, amazing content, and they're just a really critical part of the Lorcana community. But, man, this was just so much fun. But thank you to everyone who was watching this show. I mean, you absolutely have made this possible as the community to present such a fantastic game for, again, a wonderful charitable contribution. Like, we are here to help charities play games, and we want to help build other communities. So definitely check out the description links so that you can help support your favorite charity. Also, we're going to have deck list image files in the description. Everything you want to know about what was in their deck, what were they playing, all that stuff is going to be in the show notes, so you can absolutely see what they built, what they were thinking about, and just kind of see if that's your play style. Maybe you can incorporate it into your deck building and take it to locals and let us know what you think. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the show. So make sure, as always, to follow the Glimmer Gang. They are, again, fantastic hosts for this gauntlet. You can find them at Twitter. You can find them on YouTube at Glimmer Gang Pod. And there's just so many cool things coming out of the Glimmer Gang squad. So my name is Sugi. I'm with TCG Cast. My co-host and amazing consumer of Dole Whip is Dan from Happies and Hobbiness. Where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you guys can find us on Twitter at Hobbies and Happy. Actually, I should say the platform known as X, formerly known as Twitter. I post there a lot. And then also you can check out our video content on YouTube at Hobbies and Happiness.
Yeah, and my name is Sugi. I'm with TCG Cast. We cover Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited, all kinds of trading card games because we love trading card games. We don't have a problem. Don't judge us. But yes, again, thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to the Glimmer Gang for hosting. Congratulations to Liam and Rebekah for an amazing exhibition match. And remember to glimmer on.